Let's move on to the issue of economy because you are a security, legal, and economic expert. So we need to ask you, COVID-19 obviously has hit a big blow to the Nigerian economy and even the fallen oil prices globally. We're hearing companies saying they're going to lay off, they're going to downsize, they're going to start engaging in virtual meetings and all that. They're going to change the entire company structure. In your view, do you think the companies this time are putting the cart before the horse? The reason I say so is because we're having issues with crude. Quite a number of essential services are still ongoing. So the economy is not totally grounded. We're still having certain aspects still functioning. So why are companies making it look as though COVID-19 is the real issue? Is COVID-19 the real problem they are trying to downsize, or they're just using COVID-19 as an opportunity to downsize?
Well, you do have a point in the sense that, COVID-19 has its peculiar problems and pressure on the Nigerian economy. But companies have always had concern about the quality of the workforce within the country. The problem I think we have in Nigeria is that we have a largely analog workforce for a digital world. So a lot of our workforce are not geared for the economy of the future. That has always been the case. Yes. What COVID-19 has done is it's made it more obvious now that there's a need for a complete retraining and refocus of our education and the capacity of our workforce to deal with the economy of the future.
So Nigeria is a mono economy, and everybody knows how our only major resource is being affected globally. What exactly what are our chances of sustaining our economy based on what we get foreign exchange on? How is the fight between Russia and Saudi Arabia going to affect an average Nigerian on the streets? Most people don't understand what is happening. It could be that, it could be COVID. What exactly is the issue in the oil sector?
Well, the challenge with the oil sector is that it's always been a volatile commodity. And, over almost 80 to 90% of Nigeria foreign exchange is earned from crude oil. So we clearly have been hit badly by that. The way out for Nigeria, the way I see it, is not for government to try and create more jobs. It's what I call entrepreneurial explosion. Yeah. That is what is needed to move Nigeria forward. You see, after the 1918-1919 pandemic, the Western economy suffered a lot. And then around 1928, 1929, it led to what we call the Great Depression in America, where the economy was on the floor. But the research showed that more Americans or more millionaires were made in America during the Great Depression than at any other time in American history up until that time. And what made that happen was not government creating more jobs, was people creating jobs for themselves. So what government needs to do is to create the atmosphere for an entrepreneurial explosion in Nigeria, not creating more jobs for people to be applying for. If we have an entrepreneurial explosion in Nigeria, there will be, the economy will rebound. In terms of oil, well, the challenge is oil price will eventually come up. That is a fact. It's cyclical. It goes up and down. But that doesn't really help us as a country if we don't refocus our economy. And also, we need to spend wisely. What do I mean by that? There's a need for reduction in the size of government in terms of recurrent expenditure. Secondly, the CBN, for example, need to conserve, the little foreign exchange it has. For example, last year, I think report, if I read correctly, the CBN spent billions of dollars last year to shore up the value of Naira. That is not, we don't have that money for them to spend. Let Naira float in the natural
okay, I have to pause you there. I have to pause you there because that's a really controversial issue. This issue of the Naira, the fact that the government keeps almost subsidizing the dollar for us.
Absolutely.
So the fear is if we allow the Naira to float at the right level, many things will be extremely expensive.
Wouldn't that be devaluing the money?
That means you now devalue the Naira further. Is that not going to be counterproductive?
Well, it has its pros and cons. Based on a report I got, last year, CBN spent $16.56 billion to shore up the value of Naira. Think about that for a second. So you need to ask yourself, do we have those billions of dollars for them to continue? By the way, that's 16.5 billion not available for anything else that we could have used it for. So it comes both ways. You know, if you are shoring up the value of Naira, you are creating an artificiality which cannot be sustainable.